Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so for today's video, which is a little bit different than the last video, it's not a catch and cook, it's just a cook. I have a deer steak that I got last year, from a deer that I got last year, and I'm going to cook it up. Sorry, I'm just catching my breath. I rode up today on the 81 Honda, which made it like a champ. I probably took her on a 50-mile trek inland, and if you can't tell, it is absolutely beautiful out here. It's about 70 degrees, and I am in it for sure. I had to ride up to the top because there's less vegetation and more ground that I can start a fire on. Now, I always get asked, what is, when you're camping, the best way to cook a steak? And it might seem pretty straightforward until you actually get to it. And the reason for that is you don't want to be bringing, especially if you're doing like a quick overnight or a like a day trip, you don't want to be bringing 50 pounds of gear. And so I'm going to show you the easiest and, in my opinion, the best way to cook a steak when you're either camping or you're doing an overnighter or just a quick day trip like me and you want to eat a nice meal. And the way you do that is a caveman steak. Now, if you don't know what a caveman steak is, you're in for a treat, because it's literally how you think of it. It's you take your steak, you get your fire nice and hot, you let it burn down to the coals, and then you just throw the steak right on there. And you might be thinking, ew, that's gross. That's disgusting. The steak's going to be covered in ash, but it's not. It actually cooks it perfectly. And so let me get everything set up, and we'll get a fire going. I'll see you there. my allergies. Now, I don't need a big fire. I just need a fire to get hot enough to burn down the coals to throw my deer steak on. And all this pine has so much resin in it that it just goes up like kindling. So that's why I needed to pick a very rocky area. Because once these bad boys get out of control, there's no really stopping them. Man, it is hot out here. Alright, well, we're waiting for the fire to die down. Looks like somebody else found my spot. I can hear them off in the distance. Tell me what you guys want to see. Do you guys want to see more hunting? Do you want to see more fishing? More catch and cooks? Primitive survival? Or shelters? Leave it down in the comments and tell me what you want to see. And we can get this channel going. Squirrels hate fire. Every time I get a fire going, all I hear are squirrels chirping. They instinctively hate it. So when I do my squirrel hunts, I will sometimes start a little fire, a little smoky fire, and they, within probably 30 seconds to a minute, start chirping. They start going crazy. I'm just making little chopsticks here. Because when you go out into the woods, you don't need $100 in equipment or the nicest gear. I consider myself a very a minimalist, and I mean, sure, occasionally you like to go out into the woods and you like to live your best life, but sometimes it's nice to go out there and eat a steak like a caveman. There. I have my Zach Fowler chopsticks. Alright, this is almost burnt out, so I'm going to go get the steak. Alright, so I have my deer steak. It's from last year. It's more of a roast, but this is how you make the best, let me see if I can't get a thumbnail in here, the best steak while out camping. Ready? Here's the secret. Just like that. Now we're just going to let that sit on that side for a couple minutes, and then we'll get my chopsticks and we'll do the other side. Alright, it's time to flip her. You all ready? And anything that is on there comes right off. Look at that. Char marks. Cool. We'll let this cook on this side for a couple more minutes, and then we should be good. I'll see you when it's ooh, it smells so good. I'll see you guys when it's dinner time. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna flip this one more time here. See what the second side looks like. Oh God. Look at that. And not a single drop of ash on it, really. There's some charred marks. That steak is almost done. The coals are hot enough that it sears the outside, but not so hot like fire that it burns your steak. You don't want it, if you just use fire, it doesn't have enough energy in it to cook the inside of the steak. It just cooks the outside, and then you're sitting there with a raw steak. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 2 more minutes. I'm gonna pull it off. I'm gonna bite into it for you guys, and you guys can see just how easy it is and amazing it is to cook a wild meal like a caveman. Alright guys, are you ready? So I've let it rest for about 10 minutes. And here it is. Doesn't that look like it was cooked on a barbecue? So this is from a mule deer that I shot last fall. I'm telling you, if you have not cooked a steak like this, you need to. It's medium rare. It's juicy. You see that? And it tastes like it was on a barbecuer. No salt, no pepper, no seasoning, no nothing. Just a good meal after a long ride.
I'm gonna finish this. If you haven't, please subscribe. Please like this video. Hit the bell notification. And in the comments, tell me what you want to see me do. Whether that's fishing, catch, clean, and cook, hunting, catch, clean, and cook, squirrels, deer, primitive shelters, primitive survival, bushcrafting. Let me know in the comments. Tell me if you liked the video or what I could have done to make this amazing steak better. And on the next video I'll do it. Alright. I'm going to finish this and get on my way. Got a long ride ahead of me. Thanks, guys.
I just realized that I need to do an outro besides the follow, like, and subscribe. So whoever finds this camera, I'm going to need you to bring it back to me. Alright? Because I need to film an outro. I'll see you guys later. Eat good.